Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a stream of software engineering. We are going to understand the introduction to system concepts. I am Dr. Alifia Jageda, Assistant Professor of Abida Namdar Senior College. If you like my video, do like and subscribe it. If you have any problems, you can write it into the comment and we'll try to solve it out. So let's start with our session. Now here the word system, it says that it has been originated from the Greek word called as systema. It is going to cover a broad spectrum of concepts and fields so that we'll understand the general system concepts which we can apply it on our any business or information system. The word systema is also used into our day-to-day life. A system is collective entity consisting of group of elements that are interdependent, interrelated and interacting to achieve certain objects. A system also can be a part of a bigger system. It is going to give a framework to understand the features and problems of any subject. In a system, the different components are connected with each other and they are interdependent. For example, solar system represents a complete natural system. Okay, so here if we talk about the definition, it says it is an orderly grouping of interdependent components linked together according to a plan to achieve a specific goal. There are many other definitions as well for the system. An example is a business is also a system. Its components are like marketing, sales, advertising, manufacturing, research, account and many more. All work together to create a profit which is going to get benefit to the employees and the stakeholders of the company. The accounting department may consist of accounts payable, accounts receivable, bills, audits and so on. So these are all components which are interdependent on each other to produce or to achieve a specific goal. Here other examples are traffic management system, payroll, automatic library system, HRM, that is human resource information system and so on. Now let's talk about elements of system. Now here elements of system are nothing but components which combine together to give me the desired result. So first is input, then is process, then is output. If you see at the top of this is called as control. Then you will have a feedback, you have boundaries and interfaces, and these all are put into one single system which is also called as super system and is termed as environment. So let's see each components in little bit of details. Now input is defined as a startup component. Okay, it is a piece of information, it is a piece of raw knowledge. When I process it, it is going to be useful to me. Okay, so input can be a raw material, it can be a physical resource, it can be a human energy, it can be a knowledge, and input is going to determine what is the nature of my output. If input is correct, accurate, you're going to get the output as accurate output. Okay, in most cases what happens, the output of any system can become the input to the another system. Okay, now when I talk about processor, please remember you can have one input or multiple inputs. Okay, the next part is output. It is nothing but what desired results I want or what exactly I want is given through an output. So when system processes the input, it is going to produce the desired result which can be termed as output. The next is processor. Now processor is the element of the system that involves the actual transformation of input to output. So it is the operational component of a system. Processor can modify or may modify input totally or partially, and it depends upon your central objective of your system. What is your objective? This means that output specification change, so does the processing. If I change my integer variable data type from integer to float, my output is always going to change, right? So in most cases input is also modified to enable the processor to handle the transformation. Okay, for example, when data processed through computers, Processes are involved into set of logical steps, and these steps are required to be instructed to the computer and programmed to do this. Okay, so now the word comes control. A controller is who controls all the activities of an input, processor and output. Okay, it is the decision making subsystem. Example, how our government controls all the activities happening in the state. The next is feedback. Now feedback can be positive, can be negative. A feedback says that the output behaves as an input to the system. This is termed as feedback. A feedback is given to me. It can be an positive or negative, and it is always going to help me to improve my performance of the system, right? The next, as I said, environment. It is also termed as super system within which an organization is operated. It normally determines how your system must function. Okay, the next is boundaries and interfaces. Now boundaries means all the components, all the processes, they know their limit. They have to work into that particular limit only. So that is called as boundaries. Interface is nothing but a communication between components, because if they want to execute their system efficiently, different components have to communicate to each other. Okay, so this is called as interface. Let's go ahead. Now, what is the characteristic? The first word itself says organization. Your system has to be organized so that I understand how is the flow of my control, my communication and chain of commands. So if you see this diagram, it is an organizational diagram of a company where it is the board of director is your CEO. Then you will have sales and marketing, then production, human resource, finance, R&D and purchasing, and these all can have different hierarchical structures here, like this field sales force, e-commerce, customer service, production can have, then finance can have. Okay, so here basically this particular characteristic of a system determines how your flow of data has to be. For example, I want to issue a notice of an holiday. Okay, so the CEO is responsible for issuing the notices, the commands, the decision making. Everything is done through the CEO or the higher organization authority. In other words, an organization also refers to the arrangement of components or subsystems that will help to achieve the objectives. Now here if you see, there is certain arrangement of components, like this is the CEO who is at the top level, who is going to take the strategic decisions, and then I can have these peoples who are going to help me to achieve the desired results. Okay, for them these are the peoples who are going to help them to achieve what the CEO needs. Okay, so this is how it says that there are arrangement of components or subsystems. Next is interaction. Interaction here refers that each component or function with other components of the system, there is always an interaction where they talk to each other. For example, in an organization there are multiple departments, and some or the other time each department have to interact with the other department to successfully achieve the common objective. Okay, so there is, you have to have or you have to establish an interaction to achieve your goals. Second example can be where a CPU interacts with your input device to solve the problem. So this is called as interaction, a communication between multiple components. Interdependence. Now this part of the organization or a computer system, and it is implied on those only, and they are dependent on one another. Like if one computer or one particular system works, then only the next system operates onto it. Like for example, you open your Gmail account. Once you log into your Gmail account, then only you can access your inbox, you can write mails, you can see the spam and all those things. So they are interdependent on each other. Okay, next is integration. Now a system is made up of various subsystems, as we say that there is an arrangement of subsystems, but these all subsystems are tied together in a system, that is integration, which is going to produce the required result or to it realize its objective. So your objectives also attained through an integration. Central objective, every system has a predefined goal or objective towards which it is going to work. A system cannot exist without a defined objective. Sometimes your objectives are not real or stated. So you have to identify, you have to understand what objectives your system is having. So that is the main part of, or it is called as the main characteristic of your system. Now let's see what are types of system. The first is physical system. Physical means what I can see, what I can touch and feel. Okay, it is also termed as abstract system. They are tangible entities. Now what does tangible entities means? Again, you can see, you can touch. For example, you can touch your keyboard. For example, you can see the PPT. So there is static or dynamic in operation, that is mouse, keyboard, etc. An example is a model is representation of real or planned system. It will make easier for analysts to visualize those things. Okay, so this is called as physical system. The next comes open or closed system. Closed system means which do not interact with the environment. Though what happens? It does not take anything from the environment and execute. It says whatever I want, I will do it on my own. There is no disturbance to it. Okay, there is no interference to it. Like manufacturing unit, it does not want anyone to interfere into its manufacturing design. So those are called as closed system. An open system are those which interact with the environment and they achieve the target. They interact, they give the feedback, they receive the feedback, and onto that they keep on updating them. Deterministic or probabilistic system. Deterministic, where you can predict what output you're going to get or what is the certainty of it, right? So here it operates in a predictable manner, and the interaction between the part is also known with the certainty. Like I determine if I write 2 plus 3, I'm going to get 5. Probabilistic is what? That means you do not know what exactly your output can be. You can just predict it. Like rolling of dice or weather forecasting, where you can probably say it may rain in the evening heavily. So there you are writing your probability. Your other friend may say that no, it may be sunny. So there is probability of 2 answers. So weather forecasting is probabilistic system. Okay, it's an example of probabilistic system. Now let's talk about MIS. What is MIS? MIS is Management Information System. It is going to manage your information and data of a particular organization. It can be in different types. Like your management information can be of different type, that is informal, formal and computer based. Now formal means it has to come from top management to lower level management only, like memos, notices, and lower level management does not issue a notice, right? A feedback will always flow from lower to higher management, so feedback doesn't have any control, or there is no need to flow in a particular direction. A feedback can be from higher to lower or lower to higher. Informal is where it is basically for the day-to-day needs of an employee or related work information, for example attendance of an employee. Computer based information, it depends upon the computer system. For business application, it has 3 parts: hardware, software and people, who are all going to execute it to attend your management information system. Okay, so let's move ahead. This is called as information system. If you see, this is a pyramid and the pyramid has different levels. Okay, so at the lower level you have workers. At the second level, or the level above the lower level, is called as middle manager. Then next, decision support system is taken by senior managers. The decision is supported. And the last is executive information system. Your strategic planning is done. This is called your CEO. Your managers can be. Then the hierarchy follows. Okay, this is called as transaction processing system. Now why it was considered? Because managers thought that okay, computers can do more processing faster than the human being, so let them use it into our data processing or transaction processing system also. That was the reason why MIS or information system came into existence on basis of transaction processing system. Okay, it is a combination of information technology and people using that technology. It supports operation, management and decision making, and it deals with the data of the organization. The primary function is to transform data into the information. Now it can be classified into 3 forms. Strategic information, it is needed by the or for the top level management for making the decision. Okay, Like example, what revenue is generated by companies only known by the higher level, not the lower level. So information system is going to provide these kind of information. It is called as decision support system. The next is managerial information. Here it is needed by middle management to take short-term decisions and plan for the organization. The next is operational information. Now, operationals are two types. First is related to daily or short-term information such as attendance record of the employee. The next is provides information for processing transaction of the organization. Information system is also known as transaction processing system or data processing system. Okay. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope so you have understood the session clearly. If you have any doubts, you all can write down in the comment section, or else you all can visit the department for further